we want, but when we really get down to it, it's not how it's working its way out. Often people say, I'm not sure if I need to do all this because I don't have any money. I'm paycheck to paycheck, and I'm telling you, I cannot save any money. And I would challenge you, if you could cut $5 a day out of your spending, $5 a day, that's $1,800 a year. Now, $5 a day isn't very much money. $1,800 a year, now you're starting to talk about real money. And so many times I've had people come to me and say, I just can't do it. And we start looking through their spending plan. We used to call them budgets. People don't like budgets. Budgets they think are restrictive. Spending plans, making a plan for my spending, that sounds kind of fun. So spending plans are what we call them now. And we sit there creating your spending plan, and I'm looking through your actual expenses. How many times have I seen things that could be cut back? But $5 a day is $1,800 a year. Often, people are sitting here like we are today, and they're saying, you know what, I do want to make some of these changes. And they're going to create a spending plan, and they're going to say, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to do this. But then they get out in the real world, and what happens? Doesn't work, does it? And we had so many people I've had come back to me and say, I don't know what happened. I had my plan in place, I was going to start saving some money, and next thing I knew, I'm out spending at the store. So several things we came up with, some tools, because you have to understand yourself. That's one of the keys to all this. Understand yourself, your limitations, and what obstacles are in your way. For a lot of us, it's impulse spending. We don't know why we're spending. We don't plan to spend. We just start to spend. I go to the store. Plan is, you know what? I need a new pair of winter boots. So you go to buy the boots. Then what happens? Found a coat that matched it perfect. And then maybe a pair of gloves that will look really well with it too. And now, instead of spending $50 on a pair of boots, you've spent $250 on a whole winter ensemble, which is probably not what you're planning. And one day like that, a weekend, can really wreak havoc in your goals and your spending plan. So we've created a few things because we firmly believe that it's a battle. It's a battle every single day between you and retailers and merchants out there trying to figure out how to get your money out of your pocket and into their pocket. And they're pretty good at it. And too often, they win the battle. Why do they give us great big shopping carts at the store? Why do they want to put a cart in our hand at the store? Because if they do that, we're going to fill it up. And what we need to do is say, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to relax. I'm going to step back. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to fall for their tricks. Why is it that I've been doing this for a long time and $9.99 still seems a lot cheaper than $10? It's because it's a psychological warfare of us versus them. But by thinking about your goals, keeping your goals in mind, and what I would challenge everyone to do is what you wrote down for your goals. Take the most important one and take a photo, cut a picture out of a magazine, something that illustrates that goal, and put it everywhere that you spend money. For a lot of us, that could be on a computer monitor. Some of us, it could be just with our phone. Often it's when we're out at the stores. So I tell people, put it in your wallet, wrap it around your credit card, put it on your computer monitor. Put these pictures up everywhere to remind you. And we even created these credit and debit card sleeves where it says stop, think, save. Because what we're telling people to do is, you know what, when you're out spending, stop. Okay, stop, cool down for a minute, think about this, and perhaps make a deal with yourself. If I'm going out or I'm online and I'm not looking for something specific that I had planned on, I'm going to give myself a 48-hour cooling off period. No matter what a great deal it is, give yourself this 48-hour cooling off period. And then if you still want it, say, okay, then I'll go back and get it. So at least then, you're not going to have all of these things everywhere. One of the things I always challenge people to do is think about your house right now. And think if we could magically take money for every single item in your home, and I could put the dollars right next to it. How many times would you be able to go back and start collecting some more money? Things that you say, why did I buy this? clothes that you didn't like, clothes you never wore, movies that weren't watched, food that was thrown out, knickknacks, music, electronics, so many things. How many of them were impulse buys? How many are things that, you know what, I'd really rather have that money back? And that's how money you can have, and you can start putting towards your savings, putting towards your goals. So now the next thing we need to do is